when I wanted to gain admission into school, I wanted to gain admission into University of Lagos, biz admin, I did 3 jams. None of them worked. So eventually, one of those jams that I did, trying to gain admission into University of Lagos, one of them got me admission into Obehi University to study education, something business admin education. But deep down inside of me, I knew that there was more to me.
Hello and welcome to Obehi Podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14, and I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started into this episode.
I knew that something had to do with my area, my calling had to do with something related to finance. Just to backtrack to when I was a very little child, when I was in primary school, I remember, I would have my siblings and then the children of my family friends, as in children of some of my family friends, we were about 5 or 6 or 7 that would come back from school together. All of them would contribute, give me their transport fare. All of them, like 7 or 8, I can't remember the exact number. They would all give me their transport fare, and I would be the one to pay for everybody when we got into a bus. So all of those things were pointing to that I had a calling when it comes to finance and all that. Then back to the JAM and all that. So I gained admission to study business admin education, but I knew that there was something in me that there was much more to me than education. So to cut the long story, I decided to rewrite JAM. So I rewrote JAM, and God helped me, and I passed, and I gained admission to study in the same university, Obehi University. I gained admission to study, economics. So I was supposed to be on 200 level, but I had to go back to 100 level, to start from economics. But I was fulfilled. I knew that was my area. So then, years and years later, when I was doing those HR courses, HR trainings and all that, something inside me kept saying that it's finance. It's something that has to do with wealth creation, something that has to do with, something that has to do with, money management and all that. Because while I was doing those trainings, I wasn't fulfilled. There was this vacuum inside of me that, was propelling me towards, that area of finance. And I believe that it was that vacuum, it was that attraction, that magnetic force that propelled my mentor to beckon on me to come and have a word with him. So everything, my journey, looking at the trajectory of my life, I would realize, I would see, and I've seen, and I would say that everything has pointed to the fact that my area is finance. Last but not the least, back in 2006, I was in 200 level university, 200 level thereabout. I read a lot. I do a lot of study. I do a lot of research, even back then. So on one particular day, I just finished reading one of those wonderful books, business books and all that. And I sat down and I was meditating. And a thought now came to mind. I said, we have global enterprises, global brands, global corporations like IBM, Apple, Microsoft. Can't we have global entities started by Nigerians, run by Nigerians? So, and I looked around, I couldn't see any. And I said, what can we do about it? And I now got that vision. Some people say that I was still reading a book yesterday, and the guy was talking about Netflix, that the idea didn't come about, the creators of Netflix, one of them, Mark Randolph, he was talking about the fact that the idea for Netflix didn't come as an epiphany. But I would say that mine came as an epiphany. To cut the long story short, I just had the vision that we Nigerians can create global entities. And I've got my own vision. My vision is to build a multi-billion dollars world-class global corporation that will create wealth and provide jobs for millions of people the world over. And then what I now go was that start by doing trainings, do finance trainings, do wealth creation trainings, and then evolve into setting up that corporation and all that. So I would still say that I'm on my journey. It's still a journey. My being a financial advisor today is not the end. It's a journey. Well, Lagos, like you rightly said, is the financial hub of Nigeria. They call it commercial center of Nigeria. The big brands, the biggest corporations, the biggest Nigerian-owned and Nigerian started organizations have their headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, when you look at it, there are so many. We have about roughly 20 million people living in Nigeria. So there's a market, living in Lagos, I beg your pardon. So there's a market there. So a lot of people are targeting, a lot of organizations, a lot of corporations are targeting many of these people. So generally speaking, I would say that, let me narrow it down to household income. I want to make it micro, not macro. Macro level, I would say that because of the post-COVID stuff, a lot of government parastatals have had their challenges and all that. Even the federal government is having its challenge, but I don't want to talk about that at the moment. I want to focus on the household income, household level, the micro level. So a lot of households have been battered, honestly, when it comes to their income. The inflation rate has eaten deep into their income, and then the post-COVID, should I say the COVID-19 pandemic effect has also affected a lot of jobs. Many people have lost their jobs, trying to find their feet and all that. So, generally speaking, just maybe 2%, 3%, my own opinion, is really doing well. The 98% of the populace are having serious financial challenges, honestly. This is as a result of my own personal experience with a few households, So I would say that, of course, they smile. When you see them on the street, they will put on smile. You see them driving cars. I remember the other day I was having a chat with someone, and the guy, with one of my clients actually, we're having a chat, and then she said that, she's running a business, she's running a what they call it, this cleaning business. They do cleaning and all that, but the business has been struggling. She said people see her outside, she's driving the car, and they say, this girl has a lot of money. That people come to her and ask her money. Mommy, please give me money and all that. They don't know. And she was telling me this, that they don't know that she herself, she's trusting God for money, So that you see people driving big cars doesn't mean that their bank account is fat, There's a lot of show off out there. People try to put up appearances. When you go behind the veil, when you go behind the scene, you'll see the real thing, that they are having serious challenges. So by and large, financially, I would say that I think it's even a global phenomenon, really. A lot of households have been battered by the post-COVID pandemic effect. A lot. They're just recovering. So 2021 has been a year of recovery. We trust that by 2022, people will be back on their feet and all that. I'm saying this as a financial advisor. A lot of people may not know it, but having worked with a few households, this is my own finding, that people are struggling up to now. People are really struggling. So hopefully by next year, the things would have picked up.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi Podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi Ewanfo. Thank you so much for listening, and talk to you in the next episode.